In this video, I'm going to be describing how best to get cat litter off of the floor, because cat litter is made of clay, and if you don't deal with it the right way, it's very easy to just basically spread it around with a mop. So here is the best way I've found out of what I've looked into to get the litter off of your floor. My name is Lisette Ornyako. I ask different random questions I have on Reddit, and I share the answer to those questions that I get from Reddit on this channel, talk about the different answers I got, and in this case I talk about what strategies work best for me. If that seems like your cup of tea, we'd love to have you hang around, subscribe to see more random videos about different things, about learning different things, about neurodiversity, cats, cleaning apparently, life in general that this crazy neurodiverse person lives. So, alright, so the first thing you have to do to deal with cat litter is sweep the whole place, sweep the whole area. Get all the dust you can off the floor. And then the second step that was suggested to deal with essentially the litter dust that stays on the floor, use a Swiffer mop, because the towels on these mops basically actually pick up the dust and it doesn't just push it around. I remember the commercials for these things when they were first coming out would really emphasize that they pick up the dust, the litter, whatever you're trying to mop, rather than just pushing it around. Mops with you. So get something like this, and basically you'll probably have to use a bunch of wipes. At least that's what I had to do with this one, to wipe through the whole area that you're trying to clean. So do that, and then you can use probably any regular mop. I have this Cedar mop where it comes with a bucket that you're able to basically spin dry the mop before you start mopping, so there's little excess water on the mop. And once I mop, after I went through with the Swiffer mop, the floor was a little cleaner than it was after I just used just like sweeping and then this mop. The Swiffer mop really did help pick up all that dust that would have just been mopped around if I just used a mop after I sweeped. But sweeping is still important, of course. You don't want to just mop the dust around. But I definitely want to find a more cost-effective version of this, because the box of wipes for this thing is $10 each, and I go through a lot of them to cover this whole big living room. So I definitely want to find the different versions of this, find a more cost-effective version of this that I can use to do the actual mop, do the Swiffer steps, so I'm not spending so much money. The biggest thing I can do, and I would suggest, that I also learned from this Reddit thread, buy pellet litter. So most litter that people run to, tidy cats, I'm not trying to attack tidy cats here. Most of it is made out of clay, and it's easy for it to spray around. But if you get pellet litter, then it will basically not have the residue clay litter has. There's even these whole kits that include pellet litter that make just the whole litter cleaning process a lot easier. I will post pictures of what I mean here. And use pellet litter. I definitely plan to switch to that once I get a new job, because right now I'm relying on the shelter to give me cat litter while I'm in between jobs, and I don't want to make their lives harder by asking for like a special kind of litter. So I'm just gonna stick with this until I can get my own litter, and I look forward to having a lot less to clean once I can get pellet litter so that there's not all this residue from the litter. And you may be wondering, you may still see splotches of dirt on the floor. That's because I was walking through what I just mopped, so there's a bunch of footprints, and I moved my chair, so there's chair marks. So I just need to plan better. That's an important thing, is you gotta plan how you mop. through this area, whatever area, so you're not stepping over what you just mopped. But that's the big thing. The good thing about the cedar mop is that you can take the mop head off and just throw it in the wash in the dryer, and that works really well. But cedar mop, get a cost-efficient version of the Swiffer mop, but also just use friggin' pellet litter in the first place, so you have to deal with as little of this as possible. But I really hope this was helpful. YouTube thinks you'll like this. Next, best of luck finding the best way to dress, your cat litter. Like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this, comment down below what's been your experience, dealing with your cat's litter. I have a low-def version of the clay litter, but even then, it's just like, it still can track on the floor, so it's still gotta deal with it. But thank you so much for watching. Also, hi!